Welcome to Hot Springs National Park.
Hot Springs National Park is located in Hot Springs, Arkansas. It was established as a national park in 1921 and has a size of 5,500 acres, making it the second smallest national park in the United States behind only Gateway Arch National Park. Hot Springs National Park had over 2 million visitors in the year 2021. Since 1921, the springs and historic bathhouses have formed the heart of the national park. The Bathhouse Row you see today consists of 8 bathhouse buildings that were constructed between the years of 1892 and 1923. Nowadays, there are only 2 hot spring bathhouses still functioning where you can soak in the thermal mineral waters, Buckstaff and Quapaw. There's a total of 4. We're going to start off with the hottest and work our way down to the coolest.
I think I'm going to sleep here. It feels amazing.
All right, we're wrapping up pool number 1 and we're going to get in the second pool. I don't think we're going to stay quite as long. It's pretty warm in there, but we're going to hit all 4 of them before we take off. Good morning, everybody. This is day 2 in the park, and today we are on the trail. So yesterday, as you know, we spent the day in Hot Springs, did Bathhouse Row. It's kind of a rainy day, so it was a good day to do all that kind of stuff. And today we're going to do some hiking. So what we've done is, show you here, this is Bathhouse Row, Central Avenue. This is where we were yesterday. And we came up Central Avenue, took a right on Fountain, came up and then took this mountain road all the way up. You can see the switchbacks there in white. Came all the way up, went past the lookout tower, which we're going to try to do that after this hike. Continued on up to this yellow spot here, which is a parking lot. And this morning we're going to hike what's called the Gulf Gorge Trail. So it's this white trail right here, and it intersects with the purple trail, which is the Goat Rock Trail, and we're going to come out to what's called Goat Rock. I don't know if we're going to go any further than that, but that's going to be our first activity today, and then we've got another trail in mind after this. After a short little walk through some switchbacks following these white blazes you see here, we've come to an intersection, and this is where you get on the Goat Rock Trail. And it looks like, I don't know if it's marked with these red blazes or what, but off we go on the Goat Rock Trail. Yes, the Goat Rock Trail is marked with these red blazes. There's another one right there. All right, after a short walk, we've come up on this sign here that says the Goat Rock Overlook is up above us somewhere. So it looks like I can see a railing up there, so we're gonna follow that up and take a look at it. We've made it to our destination, Goat Rock, and it's a beautiful overlook. Everything's just so green right now, and you can hear the birds. It's just a very serene, quiet area. That took us about 15 minutes is all to get here. So the Gulfa Gorge Trail was all downhill, and once you hit the intersection to get on the Goat Rock Trail, had a little bit more of an uphill hike to get to this spot. But it's beautiful, very easy, and what we're going to do is we're going to walk the same route to get back to the car, and then we're going to head over to the tower and see if we can go up in the tower and look down into the town of Hot Springs and get some good views of the city. We have made it to the mountain tower. One piece of advice: if you come up the mountain to do a hike like what we did, if you get here before 9 a.m., this doesn't open until 9 a.m. We got here before that, so we went ahead and did the hike. Didn't realize that we'd have to go all the way back down the mountain, come back up all those switchbacks to get back up here. I mean, it's not that far, but it took a little bit of time to do that. So if you want to do this, probably do this first and then do the hikes up here. That way you don't have to backtrack. But there it is. To our second hike for the day, and what we're going to do is we're going to hop on what's called the Sunset Trail and go out to Balanced Rock. So from where we were a little bit ago, we were at this lookout up on top of the mountain, and we took the road and came back down, got back on Fountain Street, came down Fountain to Central, turned right, and then turned left here at this intersection, Whittington Avenue, and then made a quick right onto Cedar Street, came out Cedar. It turns into Cedar Glades. In this little area here, you can see maybe a little yellow dot there. That's the parking lot, and this is the Sunset Trail. It's actually a trail that goes all the way around the city, but we're going to hike a portion of that going this direction over to what's called Balanced Rock and take a look at that. And then we may just come back to this parking lot here after that, go back into town and get something to eat. The trail has temporarily leveled off. That was pretty steep there at the beginning.
Yeah, it was.
Got the heart pumping pretty good. Just saw a couple deer up here, a buck and a doe. They ran off before I could get the camera on them. Beautiful wooded trail so far. Got some rocks to it. Makes it a little bit challenging. Lots of fun. We're coming up on the little spur off to the right here. That will take us to Balanced Rock. It took us about 20 minutes to get here. It looks like it's 0.2 miles to Balanced Rock. Novaculite is a unique rock found in the Ouachita Mountains of Arkansas and Oklahoma. For thousands of years, this sedimentary rock was mined and shipped by Native Americans for making durable, sharp-edged tools and weapons. Well, the trail...
No, it's not, because there's... Well, that's trailhead.
I don't know if this is the rock or not.
Right here.
We're going to look around and see if we can identify it. Leslie is going to climb up there for a picture. All right, we've made it back to the trailhead. That was a lot of fun. That took about an hour and 15 minutes, and the distance was just under 3 miles, but I really enjoyed that.
I did too. It's always good to get out in nature and get that fresh air.
Yep, lots of fun. So what makes this area so unique? The answer is hidden underground. In a gap between Hot Springs Mountain and West Mountain, rainwater seeps into the earth at a rate of 1 foot per year. After some 4,400 years, water has traveled a mile below the surface, where it achieves a high temperature, naturally heated by rock under immense pressure. Pressure builds, and what took several thousand years to flow down now takes 1 year to return to the surface. Water flowing from the springs today, at an average temperature of 143 degrees, fell as rain when ancient Egyptians were building the pyramids. We took some containers to the hot springs fountains so we could sample what the water tasted like. The water comes out very hot, so naturally we had to let it sit for a while before we could sample it. This water that filtered through the earth for over 4,000 years was as good as any water we've ever tasted. Simply amazing. Located on the grounds of Garvin Woodland Gardens on the southern fringe of Hot Springs, and unrelated to the national park, is a structure called Anthony Chapel. We had seen pictures of it online, and with its close proximity, we decided to drive over for a quick visit. Built in 2006 with roughly 10,000 feet of glass, this 160-seat chapel is known for its incredible acoustics and plays host to around 200 weddings annually. Good morning, everybody. This is our final day in the Hot Springs area, and today we're at the campground. Catherine's Landing is the name of it, and it's just beautiful. We really enjoyed our stay here. The Wichita, I think it's called, river flows right next to the campground, and we rented some kayaks. Actually, one kayak, a double kayak. We're gonna get out on the river and have some fun. All right, we've made the turn and we're heading back to the dock. This way's nice because we got the wind at our backs and we got the current working with us, so it's very, very relaxing. We're gonna go ahead and do a wrap on the national park.
Well, it's a very different national park than what we've been to. Has the bathhouses. It does have some hiking. Most of the hiking is pretty easy. Town of Hot Springs itself, there's a lot to do. There's a lot of state parks around, a lot of water activities. So, very unique park.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. My favorite thing was the bathhouses because that's so unique. And walking around some of the trails, learning about the hot springs and how all that water gets back up to the surface. Very interesting to learn about that. But it was a nice, relaxing time, and like Leslie said, I really enjoyed the city. Lots of fun. Enjoyed it quite a bit. All right, we'll go ahead and close this one out. Like always, we appreciate your interest in our adventure. We're having a great time. This makes number 45 on our national park adventure. And it's been a good time. So you guys all take care, and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.